In this video, I'm going to show you how to use the 3D printed Charkha from a previous video to spin cotton balls into thread. Let's get started. If you don't happen to have a box, you can also lay out all of these parts just onto a flat board and make something a little bit more like a traditional Charkha. And that works just as well. To begin to spin thread, you're actually going to need some thread. And lest this turn into a chicken or the egg problem, you can take a piece of yarn which you purchase, or you can make one using only your fingers and a cotton ball. To make your first piece of thread, just pull a little bit and twist, and then pull and twist, just with your fingers. Pull and twist, pull and twist, and then as it gets a little bit too long to just twist, wrap it around the end of your spindle. We're going to use this to just store up the thread we make with fingers until we're ready to use it. Pull and twist, wind it on, pull, twist, wind on, twist, wind on, pull, twist. You can see why a spinning wheel is way, way faster. But it's comforting to know that in a pinch, pun intended, you can make it yourself with just your fingers. At this point, we've made a nice little piece of thread and we're ready to begin spinning. So what we're going to do is grab this drive band made out of a piece of regular old yarn, and we're going to thread it in a particular way. The bottom goes down in order to get a consistent spin so that we know which way we're going if we go clockwise or counterclockwise, or anti-clockwise as the Brits say. So bottom down, and then tilt it forward, and then we're going to lean this back, drop this into position, this being the spindle holder, and now we're ready to go. If I turn clockwise now, it will continue spinning in the same direction I was going before. What I'm going to do now is unwind it a little bit by going anti-clockwise, and then you can see I don't have enough friction here on the pulley. There's an easy solution to that. All you need to do is scratch it a bunch. What I'm going to do now is scratch this inner area so that it doesn't slip and instead will turn the spindle. The filament that this printer uses is quite slippy, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to give it some abrasion with this steak knife, and that will make it hold on to the thread a lot better. Much, much better. Okay, now that should hold on to the thread nicely. Again, going down, that goes in here, drops into the groove, and we are ready to begin spinning. Now to join on a cotton ball to this thread that we've produced, all you do is layer that fuzzy end into the cotton ball and kind of pinch it closed. I'm not pinching very hard here. Now, turning clockwise with my hand at a slight angle. I don't want to be straight and I don't want to be at a 90-degree angle. I want to be somewhere in between. Now I'm going to turn clockwise, and that's going to cause twist to build up here. That twist is going to start grabbing the fiber here. I no longer need to hold the end in place, it's already grabbed on. And so now, if I pull ever so slightly without twisting, you can see that the twist pulls a little bit of the fiber out. If I continue twisting, that's just going to fall apart. And so the real art with long draw spinning on a Charkha is feeling the tension with your left hand so that you twist and pull in a coordinated manner. To begin that process, I'm going to begin to twist. As I twist, I'm going to feel tension here. It's pulling my left hand in just a little bit. And that pressure tells me how hard I need to pull backwards. So I have some twist built up. I can go back about that far. Now I build up a little bit more twist, and I can continue pulling. If there's too much tension, it will grab thicker amounts of cotton. So I'm feeling it as I go. There's a little bit of tension here. I can pull just a little bit. If I pull a little bit harder, this bit will fall off and it will pull the next bit of cotton along. And I just balance those two forces, the amount of twist with my right hand controlling the wheel, and the amount of tension with my left hand pulling on the cotton ball. And once I've reached about my arm span, if I continue pulling right now, that slub, which is that thick space here, should just disappear. Very gently pull and it will even itself out. Now I'm going to add some more twist to make a stronger thread. And then I back it off just a little bit, raise my hand so that it's now 90 degrees to the direction of the spindle. And as I roll the wheel, it will wind on. I need to make sure to leave a little bit so that I can continue spinning, and I'm ready to continue going. And you'll notice it just pulls itself off the cotton ball. My main job with this hand is to control tension. If you find a slub like this in your yarn, a slub is a thicker area. You see how it's thin here and then quite thick here. To get rid of this and make a more consistent yarn, there's two things I can do. One is just pull a little bit faster, and some of that will begin to go away on its own. If, however, you want to encourage it to go away a little bit faster, you can untwist a little bit and pull in the middle, and that will make it go away a little faster. But mostly it's just tension in that left hand. The twist naturally wants to even itself out and leave you with a consistent diameter of thread. Incidentally, this is the kind of spinning wheel that Sleeping Beauty pricked her finger on. It's got a nice thin spike for exactly that purpose, or actually for spinning thread. For a second cotton ball. Goes in like so. The thread just broke on me, but that's never really a problem. If that happens, all you do is layer the end of the broken thread back into your cotton ball and continue as if nothing had happened. If I pull out more slowly and let the yarn pull me a little bit more, what will happen is more cotton will get stuck at this point where the spin, the twist, is starting to go into the cotton. And if that happens, I end up with a thicker string. So there you have it. That's how you make string using the 3D printed Charkha shown in a previous video. If you'd like the plans for this particular Charkha, you can find them in a link in the description below on Thingiverse for free. And if you would like to buy one of these kits, I'm now selling them on goodandbasic.com as well as on Etsy. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button and subscribe below. We look forward to seeing you next time.